Hello everyone, welcome back to Random Roundup. I'm your host, Aaron.
I'm Dylan.
And this is Rudy.
And today we are going to get into our first segment. What you been up to? Dylan, Rudy, what you guys been up to?
I'll go first. Okay. So, as you guys know, I'm in college, and I recently finished my video game design class, so now I only have to worry about 3 classes. So that's just a thing to get off my shoulder. So I did end up getting a perfect grade for my final project.
Nice.
It was coming up with a game, putting it on some slides, writing the document down of like the story and characters and all that.
Cool.
And then we just had to record talking about it, and I got a 300 out of 300.
Wow.
Nice,
Congratulations.
Man. Congrats. Good job.
But the only thing is, the professor kind of messed it up, because it was supposed to be in groups of 4, like how I told you guys, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then we all ended up being in one big group. And when I emailed her about it, saying, oh, you should give these guys credit too, because, you know, they helped out, and we were all just confused. We all helped out a little bit, you know? And she never got back to me.
Oh, still?
Never.
Dang,
never
dude.
got back to me.
That's sad. I'm
and
sorry.
I'm like, oh my god, I hope these guys don't fail.
Wow.
Because they definitely helped out with characters and all that.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to, really.
Just out of curiosity, did you ever try to email her again, or?
No. I don't think I can anymore.
Oh, man. That's too bad.
Yeah.
I
guess I could go next.
Okay.
Yeah, well, if you guys don't know, I'm getting a job. I'm going to try to interview for a job this Saturday.
Awesome.
Warehousing, just moving boxes around. I'm excited for that.
That sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you could help a brother out.
When I get in there, first thing I'll do, I'll suggest you. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
I mean, if I get my own money, I don't need to be asking my parents, because they do a lot for me, so
Yeah.
I would hate to ask for borrowing money for them.
Yeah.
And if I have that own money, I could probably take you guys out to eat or something like that. I mean, that's what's the great advantage of having your own money, is that you could pay for your friends. You know, you could do this, you could do that.
Yeah, so you can do whatever you want, you know, and it's your money.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
I'm excited for that.
Awesome, man.
College is going well. I can't complain. A little confused on some stuff here or there, but I'll work it out like I always do. But overall, that's how. We
always find a way.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
How about you,
What are you
friend?
doing?
So I have been. So a couple of things I've been up to this week is I've been watching this series on Amazon Prime called Hellier, and it's based in Hellier, Kentucky. Yeah, and it's about these paranormal investigators that are going there, and they were investigating these creatures that were in the woods that are coming out of these caves. I'm about 3 or 4 episodes in, and there's 2 seasons, and it's really interesting. I was listening to another podcast, and they had suggested that as a really good one to check out. And it's kind of the season right now, some spooky stuff, and it was
spooky stuff.
I'm always interested in the paranormal.
It's always interesting.
Always interesting.
Oh yeah, it is.
And these guys, the story about this is really interesting, is because they seem to think that aliens, ghosts, creatures, mythical creatures, stuff like that, are all related. That they're all like kind of piercing the veil a little bit, like almost kind of coming through, and that they also think it's related to the cave systems. So I didn't know this, but basically, like, we have cave systems all over the United States, but I think east of the Mississippi, there's this gigantic cave system that's essentially all connected. And there's these cave systems that run through Kentucky, where the show, where they go down there, and where they follow in the show, and that they start to believe that these creatures and these things are coming through the caves, and they're coming through the caves almost as though they're like kind of sort of portals from like another dimension or something. It's weird, but it's interesting. It's really interesting. It's kind of it has an interesting vibe. There is a little bit of filler in there, if I'm being critical, right? There's a little bit of like fillerish type of stuff in the stories, but some of it, once they get to in the investigation part of it, it is really, really interesting. So yeah, Hellier, it's interesting. It's something to check out on Amazon Prime.
Sounds interesting.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. The other one I've been playing is, or I've been playing this game is the original Diablo.
Diablo.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Right? It was, so I didn't, I guess, GOG, Good Old Games, has did like a DRM free like version of Diablo. And so I grabbed that, and I played, and I've been playing it, and just been, I played it last night, had some fun with it, and yeah, it's just one of those where, I wanted to go back to the original, and it's one of those where if you make a great build of a great character, you can just go in there and have some fun, and it was just one of those, kind of relaxing and checking it out, and it definitely, again, one of those games where it's kind of like, it's the season, it's kind of the season for, spooky games or creepy games, stuff like that. So I was, and it's real quick, and it's a quick and easy game, especially the original one. It's like you can pick up and play it. You just have some fun with it, and yeah. So that's what I've been up to this week.
Sounds really cool.
Sounds interesting, man.
Well, let's
We're
get into our main
Yes,
topic.
let's get into our topic. So today we are going to be talking about fears in the world.
Yeah, our actual fears,
Yes.
not like our fears of myths and legends.
Yes.
Our
Right.
actual fears.
Like real world fears.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who would like to go first?
I would like to go.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, the biggest one is the ocean. The ocean is literally the most terrifying place on Earth. It's because it's just so big, and there's just so many things down there, and you never know what's under you. Like when you're swimming in the beach, you don't know what's under you unless if you look with goggles. But if you don't have any goggles,
You're screwed.
you don't know if there's a shark or
Yeah.
a pufferfish or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, a really big fear of mine is the ocean and just large fish in the ocean, because they can just toss you around and mess with you and give you a
Scary.
bunch of bruises.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Like how I was discussing one time, the story of the diver that got swallowed by the humpback whale.
Yeah, I
Or-
heard about that story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, and he ended up all bruised up, just chilling in his mouth.
Wow.
Like obviously they don't do it on purpose, but
Yeah.
they can just smack you around, and
Oh yeah.
you could possibly die from that.
Oh yeah, you could.
Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you get knocked out, you're dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It is that.
I hate the ocean so much.
And just think about it. If you're swallowed up by this big fish or anything, no one
Yeah.
knows where you're at. No one's
No,
gonna find
know.
you. You're gone.
Oh.
I mean,
That's
they
just not
can't
true.
they can't swallow you.
I know, but like,
The only one that can really swallow you is like a blue whale. Like they're the largest types of whales on Earth. So that can, I guess, swallow you, but it'll be a little harder. But white whales can definitely chomp you up and into mini pieces and swallow you like that, because they have teeth.
yeah.
Well, the humpback whales and blue whales and all those other kinds, they got like those bristles.
Yeah.
Or orcas, they can be very deadly too if you're not careful.
Dang.
It is creepy, and we talked about last week, when you're going out into like the wilderness or going out and like kind of getting like lost out there, and and I think I had even mentioned like that movie, and you hear stories about this where people get lost at sea and they're just floating there
God.
in the ocean, because
It's like a worst fear of mine.
Oh yeah.
Or getting stuck on an island
Oh no.
with nothing.
Like-
Oh my god.
Could you go to the beach? Would you be able to go to the beach or no?
I could. I hate the beach so much. Sand gets all over you. The water's all nasty. It's very dirty, so you don't know what's under the sand also.
Yeah.
Not the movie. Not the movie. Not like how we talked about last week.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm talking about like trash that when you step on it, it could poke you.
True.
True.
And it's just
And
it's
then
just
like
such a dirty place.
and recently, like they had that oil spill, right?
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
I heard about
that was
that.
terrible.
That's
And
awful.
that was bad.
That was bad.
Yeah.
But real question I have for you: if I would have paid for you a trip to go on a cruise with the church, would you go?
How much money we talking about?
Okay, $1 billion. Let's just say.
Oh my god.
Would you go on a cruise for $1 billion with the
How
church?
long though? How long?
Let's just make it a week.
Oh my
A week.
goodness.
Wow.
Just to
Man.
make it interesting.
From where to where?
Where would you say, Dylan?
Well, we could go. How about we keep it easy? We go
Yeah.
up the coast. You just go up the coast of California, and the land is always in sight, right? You're not going out into the deep ocean,
Yeah.
right? You're going up the coast. You're in the boat. You're going, but land is there. You're in the boat.
You can
and,
see,
yeah. You're not flying. You're not, going out into deep waters.
And you're not
right?
alone, so you're
Yeah.
with friends and family. So
Yeah.
what would you do? Would you take it or leave it, man?
I'd go.
You go.
All right,
Okay.
all right, yeah. So is it the deep waters? Is it the deep waters that
Yeah.
kind of?
It's just whatever's under you.
Yeah.
I can understand that
Yeah.
because you
You
really, don't know.
don't know unless if the water's like clear, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
Hawaii.
Right. That's
You
true.
can see what's under you,
No.
and oh my god, it's just terrible.
Oh,
like
yeah.
one time, I almost stepped on a sea urchin,
Oh.
and those are pretty poisonous.
Yeah.
So
That's
That could kill you.
you could end up dying from that.
Yeah.
That's
Or the stonefish. Have you ever heard of that?
no.
No.
The stonefish is, it looks exactly like a stone, so you'll never be able to tell if you're stepping on it.
Oh.
So, but when you step on it, it will inject its poison into you, and you'll be dead
Wow.
Damn.
with not even in an hour.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
Whoa.
The ocean's terrifying. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate everything about it.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
That's
okay.
terrifying.
That's
Oh
all right. Enough said. Aaron, did you want to go or you?
Sure, I'll go. I'm not scared of a lot of things. I'm not terrified of a lot of things, but one thing that always terrifies me are heights. I hate heights.
Yeah.
They're my number one thing. I mean, I hate them so much. I remember one time back at Chafee,
Yeah.
I was doing something for my theater tech, and we had to go check up something on the catwalk. And if you don't know what the catwalk is, it's the high part where the curtain's at.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, you know what? I have to get over my fears. I said it's my New Year's resolution trying to get over that. No, I crap myself. It's terrifying. I can't. I hate heights.
I can relate to him on that also.
I hate
me as well.
heights.
So not only that, but the ocean as well.
You give me some spiders, I'm fine with that. Give me a demonic baby, I'm fine with that. But if it's high up, I can't do it. I can't do it. My number one fear is when I go up to a building and when you walk outside and it's just glass floor and you're high up. Glass,
right.
no,
Yeah.
this is a nightmare. Until some people say, "Oh, you're just being a baby." No, it is terrifying.
Yeah.
Heights are awful. What happens?
Especially if it's glass.
Yes.
That's a horrible material.
Just think,
Yeah.
some jerk could be like, "Oh, you know what? Let's just break the glass and see what happens." Boom, you fall.
Yeah.
You fall. I remember one time I was doing something for theater tech, and my jerk of a friend, not going to mention his name, decided, you know what? Let me start shaking. Let me start shaking the bars so that you can start moving back and forth.
Oh no.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I punched him in the arm for doing that.
I don't blame
No,
you.
no,
Were you crying?
I was about to. I hate heights. I really do hate heights.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's weird with my brother because he's not afraid of heights, but I am terrified.
Right.
That's my kryptonite. No. If you want me to go swimming in the deep ocean, I'm down. But anything with heights,
You're one crazy.
I give people credit for doing skydiving. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I would have killed myself for. I hate skydiving.
What if they paid you $1 billion to go skydiving?
You're tandem diving. Here, I'll even make it easier, right? You're tandem diving with an expert. He's gonna do all the work. You don't even have to worry about
Right.
any of that. Like you're gonna be with him. He's gonna guide you through it. Here's the thing, and don't get me wrong. I have a fear of heights, and it would take a lot for me to go skydiving too. But I don't know if you ever seen he was the guy who he did that long skydive. It was like the Red Bull balloon, like almost from space, almost.
Oh
like,
yeah, I heard about that. I heard about
yeah.
that.
And you watch that footage of him stepping out and then falling. And I think he was in in the glide suit, in one of the glide suits, and then a parachute, right? So he had like a glide suit and a parachute. But he was falling from like a massive height. Like I think one of the highest heights you can possibly fall from.
That's terrifying. I can't.
And so it was scary, but like when me and my brother watched footage of that, of him falling out from there, and I have a big fear of heights as well.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother made a really good point. He goes, the scariest moment is stepping out and falling. He goes, once you're falling, like you're kind of set at that point. You're kind of just stuck there. The scariest moment is stepping out and actually like falling. But like before then or before then you're fine. And while you're falling, while you're already kind of just falling and you're kind of locked in and falling, and now you just have to hope that the parachute and everything works, because you're just kind of like, well, now you're like committed, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's.
But if they don't work, at least you have the rest of the world to look at.
That's right. You have a
time.
beautiful view to take in before it's all.
And don't try to land in the water.
Yep.
You'll instantly die.
Yeah, it's like hitting concrete. Like,
It is. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Like if your parachute wasn't to work, I watched a video on it one time. The person said, "Oh, it's best to land into snow."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, snow's softer than.
Yeah, it's way softer.
Oh yeah. No.
So they said, "Oh, even though it's still like a huge death rate, but there's still that tiny chance.
You'll survive.
So it would be best to try to land into some snow."
Yeah.
Well,
Would you skydive? Would you?
Yeah, but that would totally make my fear of heights 10 times worse.
Oh, they have this thing called, what is it, exposure therapy? I've heard of this, right? Where they expose you to your fears. And it's supposed to like desensitize you, right?
I could. I mean, if it wasn't, if I have the different headspace of like, if it's like I had to do something for my friends to get something on top of something very high, I'll do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat, not think about it, just go grab it, come down, because I'm not thinking about it.
Right.
But if I'm thinking about it and I know where I'm going, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, one time, this was probably after 6th grade, my friend Soda Pop takes me to this water park. And there's the water slides, and they're high up. I couldn't do it. Eventually, I did, and I enjoyed it, but it took me the half of the day to do it.
Oh,
I hate heights.
Yeah.
They just don't go well with me. I think I'll end my chatting right now because I could talk about that for hours. But Dylan, what
Heights
about
are terrible.
you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a fear of heights as well. But I would say, and I know that this fear is shared with many people out there. I have what is called arachnophobia. I have a fear of spiders. I do not like spiders.
That's the same with my friend Soda Pop. He hates them.
The spiders that are creeping around. No, I can't. I don't like it. It freaks me out. I don't like it, and it's funny, and I know there will be people that are laughing at home, but it's fine. I'm going to be honest. Like, I have killed spiders before. Okay.
Me too.
That creep up, right? That'll creep up. I have killed them before.
I actually got a story about a spider, but I'll let you finish.
Okay, so, but I'll be honest, and I will confess here that sometimes I asked my wife Kelly to kill the spiders for me that I see them. So, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. But I have killed them. I have killed them before. But yeah, sometimes I ask my wife, like,
there's no.
I'm like, there's a spider right there. Can you get him? And yeah, she's like, yeah, I got him. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Real question now.
Yeah.
If I paid you $1 billion, would you stay in the room with spiders for at least 10 or 15 minutes?
Like, are they behind...
We're talking about tarantulas here, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
No. Are they behind glass? Or are they behind something? Or
to make it easy on you, yeah, they're behind glass.
Oh.
Just behind glass.
Is the room big or like?
Yeah, how big?
Is it big, medium, or
how big
like
is the room?
small?
Let's talk about a good...
Is it like a walk-in closet?
Oh, no. That's too much there. Let's just say as big as your front room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too much, nothing too bad.
That's pretty... Okay,
What if it was as big as this? And as soon as you walk in, there's just
they're all over the
walls.
walls.
Just like glass.
Glass on the glass in the walls.
Yeah.
Oh. I would, but man, that's.
I mean, if you wanted to make it even worse, let's get rid of the glass and just right there, all over the floors.
Oh no, no, then no,
You can't?
no way. If they were free, like running free, no
You
way,
can't,
no way. I can't.
I'd move out.
Yeah, I can't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. Kelly's like employer. They had a party and they had like I guess they had they had animals and one of them was a tarantula where you could go stick your hand in the glass and they'll put the tarantula on you or whatever. And she was teasing me about like, well, would you do that? And I go, no. And I go, I wouldn't do it. And I go, one of the reasons why I wouldn't do it is I would kill that.
Oh yeah, you kill it. Yeah,
I would kill it. Like I would freak. Like if I put it on my hand, I would freak out and I'd smash. I would smash my hand or smash the bug immediately, like almost like a survival instinct reaction or something. And I feel like if these things were running free, even if they were completely harmless, I would probably start freaking out and start trying to stomp on them. I
wouldn't. I'd run the other way.
Well, if I'm trapped in the room though, if I'm trapped in the room, right, and they're all around me, I would start freaking out and like try to get away from them. But then I would probably start stomping on the ones that were closest to me and like, and even though I know intellectually, I know in my brain, like these things are harmless, like they're probably not going to do anything to me, like I'm bigger than them, they're like not going to really hurt me or bite me, they probably will even stay away from me. Like no,
they're 8-legged freaks.
It still gets me.
Okay, would you be fine with just small black widows, not like but they're still in glass?
Ooh,
just little black widows. I mean, would you think that's a breeze or?
That is compared to a damn tarantula.
Yeah. Tarantulas are bad because they're big, so they're so big. But black widows, I mean, you get a couple of black widow bites, man. You're heading to Slab City, my friend.
Oh, yeah. But I can tell you, the worst spider you don't never want to encounter in this world.
The brown recluse.
Is that the brown widow?
That's the brown recluse is pretty bad.
That one's very deadly.
Wait,
or are you talking about the one where they're like on the wall in Florida and they're like all huge?
Oh no, that's crazy. Australia, go to Australia. They have huge, they have huge spiders.
Ooh.
But I'm telling you, the worst spider you never want to see in this world is a brown widow. If that thing bites you,
I've never heard of that.
If that thing bites you,
you're dead.
You're dead.
Ooh.
I remember my dad got bitten by a brown widow on his thumb. Luckily survived. That's something you never want to see in your house is a brown widow.
That's so scary. What?
Where are they at?
I don't even. No, I'm not gonna Google it. I'm not Googling it, guys.
I'm gonna look up the locations.
So
they're. Hold on.
No.
The brown widow spider is a cosmopolitan tropical and subtropical spider, having established populations in Hawaii, Florida, some Caribbean islands, part of Australia, South Africa, Japan, and Cyprus.
Wow.
In North America, the brown widow spider was restricted for many decades to the Florida Peninsula. Yeah, peninsula.
Yeah.
But so they're in Hawaii and Florida in America.
Well,
I'm telling you that.
I always wanted to visit Florida, but maybe I won't.
never wanted to visit Florida.
Maybe I won't now.
That's the spider you want to get away from. Literally.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, and it's poisonous. Like the black compared to that, if you get bitten like a black widow, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if it's that, you're dead.
Oh.
Yeah, and no, that's a nightmare. Yeah,
no.
But yeah, man,
Another one you don't want to encounter is a wolf spider.
Oh yeah,
that one's fast.
What?
That one's really fast. I mean, it has wolf in its name, and wolves are pretty fast, aren't they?
So wait, just out of curiosity, you don't do well on spider horror films? Out of curiosity, just no.
No, I don't. I watched that movie Arachnophobia.
Yeah.
With Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
That one is good. It's scary. And I can handle them if they're on screen.
Okay, you can handle them on screen.
I can handle them on screen.
My friend can't handle them if they're on screen.
Okay.
He hates spiders. Greatest fears.
Yeah, if they're in the room with me though,
that's different.
That's different. That's like now like I said, my fight or flight response kicks in and the fear kicks in of like, oh man, like it's right here in my room. It's kind of like I don't know. Yeah, when I'm watching it on TV or on my phone or something, again, it is a little spooky, but it doesn't completely like freak me out where I really get a fear response out of it. Just because I know, like, yeah, it's on TV, it's on, like, when I watched, what is it? Yeah, Lord of the Rings with Shelob, right? It was spooky. It's this gigantic spider, and then you see how fast Shelob moves, and it is kind of spooky and freaky. But I also know, like, there's no gigantic spiders, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I knew, like, in my head, right? Like, I'm like, nah, it's probably fine. Like, but it is still, it's still, like, spooky. Or Indiana Jones, I think, Raiders of the Lost Ark. In the beginning, right?
Yeah,
all the spiders on him,
yeah.
right? Like, that would freak me out. Yeah, if I like turned around and there was like spiders on
your
my back,
yeah.
right? Stuff like that. That would be ooh. So yeah, no.
What about Fallen Order? You know, when you first go to Kashyyyk and then you get jump scared.
Yeah, but
does that freak you out?
That freaked me out a little bit. But I have to say the spider creatures in Fallen Order, it is satisfying to kill them. Like, it's very like you go, like as you're like lightsabering them up and you're not cha cha cha. Yeah, so that's very satisfying. But yeah, that is
that terrified me when I first encountered that.
Yeah, and that giant spider on, was it Kashyyyk? Right? There's a
Kashyyyk.
There's a giant one. There's a super giant one, right? Like a super giant one. I think on Kashyyyk.
It was a different color.
And it was a different color.
And it was way stronger.
Yeah, that one is scary. Yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah, no, and
but
doggy.
That's
I mean,
yeah.
No, I agree with you. My friend Soda Pop, he's terrified of spiders. If you show him a picture, he won't look at it. If he sees any horror movies with it, no, he won't do it.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
And I've seen some horror movies with spiders before, and they could get pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it just yikes.
Yeah.
Again, they don't freak me out. I could take them.
Yeah.
I could stomp on them if I wanted to. But yeah. I know where you're coming from, man.
Yeah, it's just unnerving. Like I said, I've killed them before. But man, I'll get to. It'll get where like I'm gonna try to kill it, but I'm afraid it's gonna move, like, or I'll freak out a little bit, and but I'm like, I want it gone, I want it dead, like that. So it kind of like freaks me out. But again, I feel like I'm not as bad because I have heard of people like they can't see it, they can't look at it, they'll start screaming, right? They see a spider, they start screaming. So I'm not that bad, but again, I understand where those people are coming from because of just the fear. Because I definitely have that fear too of like when I see him, but I don't do that. Thankfully, I don't just freak out and start screaming. But I understand the fear when they see it. But my alarm will go off, and my fear will go off a little bit, and I will I get tense. And so spiders are just.
Now imagine that, but you're on the toilet.
That's
what happened to me.
Oh no!
Tell him the story.
So. I'd say this was like 2 weeks ago, and I was just using the restroom, and then a spider comes out of nowhere, and I'm on my most vulnerable. I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do?
Oh no!
And the only thing I could think of grabbing is a tissue box, and I try to smash it as much as possible because I'm not wearing shoes. I'm not gonna squish it with my feet.
Right.
So I grab this tissue box and I just start slamming it against the door, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm killing a spider right now. They tried to attack me at my most vulnerable.
That's terrible. Yeah, that was scary. Yeah,
I was in shock.
That would scare me. Did it die?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, good. Yeah, that would freak me out. You know what? I try not, and I, especially when there's like. And thankfully there haven't been spiders in my house for a while now, but like when there are spiders in my house sometimes I'll start to freak out before I go to bed because this freaks me out. I check my bed to make sure there's no spiders in it, like especially if there's been spiders around the house, like like lately or whatever, which thankfully they haven't for a while now, so I'm grateful. But I will check my bed before I go to bed because that would freak me out. And again in the movie Arachnophobia, right, like the spiders crawling around when they're sleeping, and it's creepy. That stuff is just creepy. Or it crawls into you ever seen that movie? That's a great movie if you have a fear of spiders because it really captures like that fear. The spider climbs into the shoe and then he puts the shoe on and it bites him and kills him.
Goodness.
Like, there's just stuff in that movie where they really capture, like, how scary it is if you have arachnophobia. Like, where, again, if there are spiders around around my house, like, I will do that. I will check to make sure my shoes are, don't have anything in them. I'll check my bed to make sure that there's nothing there, nothing kind of crawling around or anything. And thankfully, again, there isn't. But yeah, every once in a while, like, especially when they're more present in my house, I start to freak out and I start to. Yeah.
Of course, that's understandable.
Yeah. So, even though, but now this brown widow is starting to, that's concerning. Yeah, even though most of them are not like killers, like for example, like again, I know this, right? Like the daddy long legs.
Oh god, I hate those.
Which freak me out too. Yeah, those are super scary.
Well, when I was a kid, our house had a bunch of them.
Oh no!
And it was just terrible. I would always kill them. I wasn't scared of them as a kid, but oh my god, just knowing that most of the house is filled with them.
Mm-hmm. And those are the pretty common ones you see in your house.
Those are pretty common. Yeah, those are pretty common. They're harmless for the most part, and like they will like I know that. So their poison, if I remember right, their poison is one of the worst, like most deadliest poisons in the world. But
daddy long legs?
The daddy long legs, yeah. But their teeth can't bite you.
Wow.
They can't pierce human skin.
Wow.
So it's not strong enough. So that's the thing why, like, but if they could, like, daddy long legs would be some of the most deadliest spiders in the world because, their poison I think is the most.
Yeah, you
deadly.
would not survive Australia. Hell no. I'm looking at the daddy long leg right now. It's as big as this wall up there.
Oh no.
I'd rather die.
I'm not going to show you because you're terrified, but like Rudy.
Oh my goodness. It's just hanging there.
I'm curious. Are
you sure?
Just No.
Lower the brightness.
Okay.
Lower the brightness.
I'll do that.
That's the best way to do it.
Let me see this.
You gotta look very hard.
That thing is. Oh my god.
That's so huge. Those legs are so long.
You see?
No.
Like,
why is it orange?
I don't know. That's in Australia.
That is an Australian daddy long legs?
Yes.
Oh, that's creepy. Ooh.
And they say everything's big in Texas.
All right, folks, if you Google that, be careful because that is some creepy.
That is brutal.
Australian daddy long legs. Okay, well, and now that I've been thoroughly kind of like weirded out by all this spider talk, it's all right. I'm alive. I'm still here to tell the tales, so it's all good. Well, I think it's time to maybe wrap things up. Was there anything else that you gentlemen wanted to discuss?
No, I think that's it, really.
I'm good, really, yeah. We discussed everything in this episode.
If you want to tell us about your fears, then go ahead and comment it down below.
Oh, yeah, please
It'd be interesting to hear.
Yeah, we want to hear your fears, too. Yeah, like, what are common fears that you all have? And
what are some interesting fears?
And interesting fears, yeah.
Like, there's people that are afraid of cotton balls. There's a phobia of that.
Yes. Oh, wow.
There's people that are afraid of clouds. That's a phobia.
People are afraid of pickles, anything, dude.
Wow, interesting.
There's all sorts of phobias out there, so who knows what the people have at home.
Oh, yeah, I think I was watching Steve Wilco, and they brought this lady out, and there were a jar of pickles. She started screaming. She started screaming the hell out. Like,
wow.
Like, oh, my God. She thinks they're going to attack her. And he tries to get a logical answer, and she doesn't really give a logical answer. She just says, they're going to attack me. I'm like,
wow.
Okay.
The pickles, huh?
The pickles, man. You guys watch Steve. I think it's Steve Wilco. I'm not too sure.
Wow. But that's so interesting. I don't know. Yeah, just the fears. Wow. That is
It's really interesting to hear about them.
That is interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so if you have those fears, folks, comment in the comment section, and we want to hear about that stuff.
It'd be really interesting to hear.
But did you want to wrap things up?
No. I don't know. Do you guys know what's for next week's episode? Do you want to give them a little teaser for that, or
what do we have for next week?
I'm clueless right now.
Let me see.
Yeah, let us see on our schedule.
Let me see. I think I have it in my notes here. Let me see.
It's cool, man. Don't worry. This is why it's random roundup.
Okay. It is. favorite scary video games.
Okay,
Ooh.
there you go. Then we'll talk about that
That's
next
gonna be
week.
interesting.
Favorite scary video games. So any video games you guys can think of.
That'll be fun.
Yes. So let's end this off in a right note. I am your host Aaron with Dylan and Rudy. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Adios. Stay blessed, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.